Y'all, Minister Rod today. I'm vacationing in a very glorious, wonderful resort. And I just wanted to speak a word a little bit. I recently spoke about suicide. Suicide is a silent killer. The reason it's silent is the person that's thinking about it, the person that's done it, the person who's tried to do it. Generally, when you ask their family about it, they said they had no idea. They had not a clue they were going to try to do it. So I put this piece out a little bit ago, a week or two ago, and someone asked me to specifically put a little bit more meat on the bone, something that they can use to help them when they're feeling like they're all alone, when they're feeling like no one loves them, when they're feeling like life is not worth living. So that's exactly what I'm going to do today, and I'm going to be brief. But the first one I wrote down was you got to take your troubles and your hardships away from anybody else. You got to love yourself more than you love anything else in the world. Your happiness must come from within, inside of you, right? Your happiness must be something that you are, whether you with somebody or you're not with somebody. It can't come from mama. It can't come from daddy. It can't come from wife. It can't come from husband. Surely can't come from your kids. Can't come from friends. Now, these are all wonderful people, especially if they're special to you, but these things can change. People change. Situations change. How they feel about you change. So everything that people do for you is a variable subject to change. So you have to have that peace and love from within. Secondly, I'm going to say that you can't find it through money. Now, money would be really nice. It's so many more things and so many more vacations that I would take and so many more places I would go and so many more things I would do had I had more money. But money is not the key to anyone's happiness. Happiness doesn't come from the dollar. Happiness comes from the heart. It comes from within. You must be happy with or without it. That way when you get it, if it disappears again, you won't be ready to cut your throat or jump off the bridge. Happiness must come from within. Everything that makes you happy has to come from within. These are the things that keep those suicidal thoughts away from you. Thirdly, you have to focus on you sometimes. Sometimes you got to cut away from helping everybody else, trying to do things for everybody else, trying to make everybody else happy and make yourself happy. Do something that you like to do, something you love to do, not something that somebody else want to do. And be willing to do it on your own if you have to. That's another factor. Another factor is not allowing people to steal your happiness. Now, whether that's a boss, a loved one of your kids that's going through something, never allow anybody else to steal your happiness. You know, I tell you right now, I got a 14-year-old son, and I love this joker to death. But I swear to God, God gave him his own heart, his own mind, his own soul, and his own spirit. And I swear to God, no matter what happens, I'm going to do my best to raise him right. But if it turns out wrong, I cannot allow it to steal my happiness as much as I love him. I will always pray for him. I will do everything I can to change his mind, his thoughts, his feelings, and turn him around. But at the end of the day, my happiness will not be stolen because he decided to do something different. Let me see. Lastly, I will say forgiveness. You must forgive. You cannot harbor those feelings of unforgiveness in your heart. The whole key to forgiveness is not for the person who has perpetrated the crime against you, but it's for you to forgive them for what they've done to you. And that could be something as simple as money. You know, you loan this joker money, finance the car for them, put your name down on the house, put your credit down on it, and then they didn't bother to pay you a dime. That's happened to me. I had that done to me. I helped the joker out before, and I call him a joker, but hey, I'm not mad at him. I don't hold no resentful feelings for him. But I put my name on the line. All he had to do was make a payment. He never made one of 30, one of 40. He never made a payment and never intended on making a payment. And that's just fine with him. He went on to live. I was mad, angry, upset. But we have to understand that we can't allow those things that are out of our control, once we made the mistakes, to hold us back. We got to let that stuff go. So I say to you that we're going to call this part one. This is part one of things that you can do to get you out of that spot of not feeling that you have enough. And sometimes it's not as far as suicide. Sometimes it's just as far as you being unhappy and not understanding why you're unhappy. So hopefully these points are helpful. We're going to call this part one. We're going to find another part later on, and we can shoot for now, and maybe a part three. We see how it goes. We're going to let the Lord lead the way. But I'm going to get back to my vacation. You know what I'm going to say. Now, I don't think I'm going to be in anybody's church tomorrow. And it's not just because I'm out of town, but I haven't had time to figure out where I might go. But I'm going to tell you, I hope that you somewhere tomorrow. And if not, I hope you somewhere next week. Wherever church that fits you. But this is Minister Rod bringing the word forth today. Remember, I love you. But my love means nothing. Christ loves you more. To God be the glory.